Something that Mael had said back in the mirror kind of stuck with me. When she's telling Verso, like, oh, it's okay, Renoir will help us and he'll let me stay here because he has a soft spot for me. And he's all skeptical. She said that Aline had painted a very unflattering picture of Renoir. I was thinking that's probably not that true. So I imagine, like, the Renoir that Aline made could be pretty close to the truth. Because Mael says Renoir is her dad. Like, you just put on... Imagine for parents, you put on a different sort of face for your kids. And your relationship with them is just going to be different than the one that you have with your partner or even other adults. So they might not see all the bad sides of you. So that's... Wow, I missed this before. So that's what I think, like, she thinks it's unflattering because she hasn't really seen the more aggressive or angry or, yeah, aggressive or angry sides of... I don't think they have anything over here. Right? She doesn't see those sides of her dad, but Aline would because, one, she's known him so long, and two, they're actual partners. And so it's easier for them to share and also show the negative sides of themselves. But I also wonder if... I feel like Clea wouldn't have the same reaction. Because one, she seems a lot more cynical. Like, I think that whole line was a way of showing some of Mael's naivety. And how she thinks good of people even though sometimes that's not always the case. As it was with the writers. Clea seems more cynical, but also she is older. And when you start getting older, it feels like your parents share more with you that they wouldn't have if you were a teenager or even a young kid. Because they believe that you can kind of handle it now, and you might also be able to understand where they're coming from a little bit more. And then there's also responsibility to take into account. Like, I think Clea understands responsibility more than Mael does. Which would track, because she is the youngest, it seems, and Clea is the oldest. But yeah, I thought it was just a neat little thing. Another reason why I think the white Nevrons might be creations of Clea instead of Aline is because she didn't have, in the fight with the Paintress, she didn't have any special, like, add-ons because the Nevrons were alive. Which maybe they're not meant for that, they're just meant to give a little bit of, like, hints or something. Or they're just here for fun. Not fun, but they don't have a huge impact. But it feels like they should eventually, since you can either leave them or attack them, and you can attack them before or after helping them. And Visage and Cyrene had that same sort of add-on. We didn't see it with Visage because we got rid of all the masks, but Cyrene, she got extra shields from that thread guy. So I just feels like there is some consequence to messing with them or not. And I don't imagine that going after Renoir is going to be the end. Because Clair just came into the story and hasn't had much role to play, so I think she would do something. Like if we defeat Renoir and then Mael's like, I don't want to come back. I want to stay inside the canvas. Then Clair would come in and try and force her out anyway.
Here we go.
I do think it can be a difficult situation for Mael to decide whether to live or to stay or go back to her regular life. Because in this world, she is healed and she has, like, she matters to people. Which isn't to say that she doesn't matter to her family. Obviously she does, especially with Renoir wanting her to come back. And he doesn't want her to lose herself. Should I have gone this way? But it feels like she has a better, a happier life currently. And she's not injured or anything.
Grace.
Which I can also see being very big points.
Flow.
But at the same time, she does have a real family, a real home. Or at least an original family and an original home. And a world that, like... I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. I mean, she has a family that she cares about. But her life with them is very painful right now. But just because it's painful, does that mean that she shouldn't, like, she should just leave? She should just run away from it? Or shouldn't she try and work with them to deal with the pain? If I can climb on these. Not quite. I think that's going to be a big thing between her and Verso and he's already said it pretty much, like she is doing the same thing as her mom and just running away from the pain. But again, she lived 2 lives, and they're equally important to her. Interesting that the light changed all of a sudden.
Useful.
I don't know if there's anything especially interesting in this area. Where is it? Guessing that in the Color of Lumina are all that this area really has to offer. Because the enemies aren't especially tough.
Careful, my elf.
Nice.
Yep, that was it. Not terrible, but feels like it would have been better to find earlier on.
An advantage.
But I forgot there was even a little tree stump over here, so it's good that I came back for it.
Via fosse rito corona maki putoreki nasan. Brindavik monitor.
I completely forgot about this. Have we seen the Sacred River before? I don't remember. But I was just thinking, if we ever come across an issue with using chroma again, could we not, like, go here? 'Cause they say they make offerings. Does that... I don't know. Would it be old because it just stays there, or would it be pure because it's, like, active? I feel like a river is an active thing, so that would mean the chroma itself is also active, and it assists in the rebirth cycle. That's interesting. Something to keep in mind and see if it ever comes up again later.
Monoseko. Hitto savagina piga. Yumanoko. Gaga.
Alright, time to try this again. Oh shoot, I should have swapped. Oh no, this is fine. I just want to get up to Gustav's homage.
Chroma is flowing.
But it might not work really. Yeah, I don't think that counts.
Omikira, Evo.
Let me figure out how I can do this. think I want something expensive in terms of AP. Perfect break would be nice. I would just have to get up to B. Oh no, never mind, because it's not like B gives any extra. It gives more damage if I have the right. If I don't have the weapon that says you don't get a damage buff. I don't think I have that on right now. So this could be good. This is very high damage. And maybe I could spam powerful just to get him up to B. Oh. I could try this. Buffing Verso and then using Perfect Break. Yeah, I can't do this because it needs Foretell to deal additional damage, and I don't think on its own it gets to the number I need to hit. This one could also be good. I just need to get her into offensive or virtuos stance. And then he just has so much. I'm not gonna put him in the party because it would require his bestial wheel being on the right mask, and if it's not, it would just be annoying. Try and get it to the right one. Although I guess if I had his free aim weapon, that might make it less annoying, but I don't know if you have to land a hit in order to increase the bestial wheel.
No need.
Actually, let's switch this to there's this other one. Painted power. Just in case. And to make it easier, swap back to this.
Go.
Let's carve a path.
Ready?
And I guess if this doesn't work, I can just fill the party with people who can use buffs. And just use those skills to build up to a really devastating gradient attack.
Full deck. Let's spill some ink.
Fight again, under the blow of the pain. Time to fight to win.
Deck.
Fight again, fight for the win. Time to fight again, under the blow of the pain.
On guard.
Fight to win.
Let's carve a path.
Fight for the win.
Ooh,
Let's dance.
great. I wonder if I could have done it without getting all that prep in, if I just left him at rank C.
Welcome. Toroshi Sitorampe Nano.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. So I still don't know how to get back here to get that. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to come from top or something. I can't wake this guy up. This other guy doesn't do anything. And it's not like the biggest deal. I think it's probably just chroma. Maybe this opens up later, but I'm gonna leave it for now and go fight Golbra. Or at least do my best.
Ura foste moloko binani. Nisu lezi. Kima bove rur breaker. Mira pono idioto. Ura foste moloko binani. Nisu lezi. Kima bove rur breaker. Mira pono idioto. Zam zam herodura. Ki ma sumi karatam. Zam zam herodura.
I figured this was gonna happen. Uh-oh. Oh, I do pretty good damage, actually. Oh,
Energized.
sorry. I guess.
Surimoto priva. Me respecto. Mira pono idioto. Aniki za irresponsibile. Kibariko ki me skie.
Nice.
Zam zam. Uma. Surimoto priva. Okay.
Not impressed. Just try it.
She does do a lot of damage, though.
Not impressed.
Oh, jeez. Okay, this is gonna take a bit.
Nima Kuba. Rico es que Koran. Surimo. Okay.
Oh well.
Nima Kuba. Rico es que. Ura fosse mundo. Io sano. Surimoto. Surimoto. Okay.
Ready to strike. Bring it on.
Nima Kuba. Rico es que.
I changed my mind. She did, or I did like no damage to her. So I'm gonna assume that she's just like a really impossible boss. Like it is, you can do it, but you'd have to play nearly perfectly. So I do want to beat her at some point, but like with the other Nevrons at the beach, I think I'll wait until I've gone through the entire map and I have more levels on me before I try one more time. And next time I come back, I'll just make like a day of it basically. It feels like you're gonna need to take some time to really learn her moves. So, I can survive one hit, but not two, except that one attack she did at the very end there. I think the first hit was a one-hit kill. So yeah, it's just gonna take some time. And I think I would need to like build up my weapons and my pictos and such specifically for that fight.